Welcome, fellow travelers, on another episode of the Traveling Moran. In the year 1328, the great explorer, the legendary Mr. Ibn Battuta, found himself walking along the streets where I currently am at. So Mombasa was the first major city that was founded by the colonial masters back then, and initially, until to date, it was known as the gateway to East Africa, and there are particularly good reasons for that, and we're gonna find out in a short while. So, walking along the streets, you see some really fascinating things. For example, you can see those old, cool-looking buildings. You just cross the road, and I can show you guys in a minute. Just cross the road fully, and then you can have a look at that old architecture, how those buildings look like. Quite beautiful. Let me just zoom in. I think our masters had an idea of how best, to run. This is the Masons Hall. So for the few who understand, so today we're gonna do like more of a round trip throughout this town, and hopefully you would get. That's my co-cameraman. Hopefully you would get to. Yeah, it's here. Let's just enter. It's here. It's here. So let's get something to eat. actually, let's start this. We start from the park. Let's start from the park. Our story begins from this park. From this park, there's some cool things I think people would want to see. So, if you have ever been to Kenya or to Mombasa, you've heard of the infamous fort called Jesus. Some really cool old looking buildings. Now, just before Fort Jesus, outside Fort Jesus, there is this park. And there are a few things that I wanted to show people. There's that shrine, and there's this particular statue. This particular statue that you would see in a moment that I found quite fascinating. This particular statue, are you guys able to read? Okay, and I will show you how it's related to Fort Jesus. So if you're able to read, it says, Aladdin Visram of Kerakuch, India, leading Indian merchant and planter of East Africa, one of the pioneers who helped, as a lizard that is just running down there. I was saying the pioneers who helped to open up the country to trade and civilization in the early days, born in 1851 rather, arrived in East Africa in 1863, died in Kampala in that date. And ideally, this is like his monument and his resting place. So, it is directly opposite his other shrine. Let's go like this. We'll go back. Or, okay, let's go and see if we're able to get out of there. So, this, to me, is more of like a prayer place. Or more of a shrine. You can see in front of me, there is some sort of an idea of a water fountain, which is quite beautiful. Really peaceful. There's not much. And then directly opposite me, as you can see over there, is the office of the county assembly, which we're gonna just view that in a moment. But it's quite beautiful. You can have a look. This is like the version of Uhuru Park, but the redesigned. And the trees, mama mia, the trees. Look at that tree. You know how beautiful that is. It's quite huge, quite lovely. Man, that tree is huge. These are huge trees. So I wanted you guys to see that before we head into the fort and learn a bit of history about the fort called, how big it is. It's quite huge, right? And then we have a fitness park. Over here, there's a fitness park that guys can come and actually do some exercise, but I think it's closed now. So it's quite something. Yes, and then of course we have the Mombasa County Assembly offices. So if you have a chance, then I think there's something like a shop over here, like an open air market. Wow, it's actually a beautiful. And if you just go straight, I will show you another road. If you go straight, you will reach Mamangina. So this is more of an open air kind of setup for guys who want to sell today. But I wanted you guys to see that shrine for the planter of the city. So the first thing as we now proceed towards Fort Jesus is you get a warning that Ukimwi upo tahadhari. Translation is AIDS is there, be aware. So I don't know why they are giving us that question, but who knows. So our journey today, this is the Bank of India. Our journey today leads us to the beautiful area called Fort Jesus. All right. That is where our journey today has brought us to. And specifically, I am more interested in the occult history that most people don't get to hear. Now, I want you guys to notice something. This is the Court of Appeal, the Mombasa Court of Appeal, of course, with our coat of arms over there. So that's the first thing I want you to notice with this beautiful, huge, humongous trees. Opposite, we have this old architecture kind of vibe. And yeah. And of course, we have the Court of Appeal over there.
So are you not visiting the fort? How are you?
I'm very fine.
Are you not visiting the fort either?
We are.
Huh?
We are.
My name is Musa.
Yes, Musa.
Can see I'm official.
Okay.
I'm a tour guide.
Okay.
Yes. So we normally give the story about the fort,
Uh-huh.
and then a little bit the old town.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your rate? What are your rates?
My rates?
Yes. Because that is what will determine kama inaweza kuafford. Unajua? The British and the Portuguese came into Kenya. First of all, it began with the Portuguese by erecting this beautiful fort, which we will go in a moment. So when the Western powers took control, the first thing they did, they erected this obelisk. If you have an idea what this is all about, if you read the story, it's in the memory, it's a memorial. It's a memorial. We have a sickle. We have the traditional knife, and it's in memory of Arthur John Bank Wavell, MC Commandant, the officers and the men of the Arab Rifles who laid down their lives in defense of Mombasa and this coast during the Great War. So remember, we started by saying that Mombasa has been in existence for a period of more than, I can say, since 975 AD. All right. And through, let's go like this. And throughout history, this town has morphed into a series of elegance. It was initially called Mombasa, Mvita, and you can see the sign is very synonymous that they always had to defend against something, and it's because of its strategic location along the port. You know, I'm not a historian. I just know. I just have an idea of why I would want to capture such a town. And yeah, so this is why I believe this was one of the chilling spots in quotes. And there are so many cats. You can see there are so many feline brothers over here. Huh?
Hello.
Hello.
ਅਤੇ ਆਪ ਖੁਦਾ ਨੇ ਉਦਾਨ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਨਬੀ ਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਉੱਚਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਮੇਰਾ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਹਬੀਬ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਮਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲਾਲੇ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਹਬੀਬ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਮਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲਾਲੇ ਨਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿਦਾ ਨਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿਦਾ ਰੁਤਬਾ ਕਮਾਲੇ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਹਬੀਬ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਮਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲਾਲੇ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਹਬੀਬ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਮਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲਾਲੇ ਨਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿਦਾ ਰੁਤਬਾ ਕਮਾਲੇ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਹਬੀਬ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਆਮਨਾ ਦਾ ਲਾਲੇ ਆਮਨਾ ਦਾ ਲਾਲੇ ਆਮਨਾ ਦਾ ਲਾਲੇ ਜ਼ੁਲਫਾਂ ਵਲੇਲ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਮੁਖ ਯਾਸੀਨੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਹਸੀਨਾ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਕੇ ਹਸੀਨੇ ਜ਼ੁਲਫਾਂ ਵਲੇਲ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਮੁਖ ਯਾਸੀਨੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਹਸੀਨਾ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਕੇ ਹਸੀਨੇ ਇਸ ਬੇਮਿਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਬੇਮਿਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਕੀ ਦੇਵਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਮਿਸਾਲੇ रब दा हबीब सोना मना दा लाले रब दा हबीब सोना मना दा लाले आमना दा लाले आमना दा लाले हर पासे जग उत्ते तुम हो पईए ओदियां रहमतां दी हद मुक गई हर पासे जग उत्ते तुम हो पईए ओदियां रहमतां दी हद मुक गई दिसदा है जिदे विचों दिसदा है जिदे विचों रब दा जमाले रब दा हबीब सोना आमना दा लाले रब दा हबीब सोना आमना दा लाले आमना दा लाले
The fort called Jesus. When the king visited the country, when the king visited Kenya, this was one of the places he came. When Uhuru was president, he commissioned the reconstruction of the outer seawall to prevent this structure from being eroded by the sea. And there's a reason why these high level people always have to visit this particular fort with a name called Jesus. And the reason why it's called Fort Jesus, I think, from if you read and if you watched enough videos, today we're not here to talk about the obvious history, you know. Today we're here to talk about the unique history of this place, something that can resonate well with your soul, you know. So I think the whole structure looks like a baby, if you ask me. That's the head, the arm, one arm, the second arm, the body, the other leg over there, and the other leg. So it looks more like, if you ask me, it looks like a baby, a small baby. You know, the first arm is called Saint Matthias, Saint Matthias, Saint Philippi, and Saint Alberto, based on the rulers of this proverbial fort. So that being said, I thought that the first place we would start is on this map. Have a look at the map, and then from there we can now proceed towards the interesting bits of this fort. Cool. So first things first, I think today I chose deliberately not to have a guide because I really wanted to have a view of this place. So this is Fort Jesus. This is Fort Jesus. This is Fort Jesus. This is Fort Jesus. There's a reason why we build forts. We build forts to protect us from something. And as you can see, this is a cannon. So I'm assuming that if you breached there, you would. This was one of the fairing defenses. I'm not sure if it was organically there or it was placed. I want us to go down, then we come up. So I want us to go down. This place looks interesting, huh? So Kitambo, Passage of the Arches. This realm is the 11th realm. It's ideally they normally symbolize this. The Masons symbolize arches with straight poles, the number 11, and it's very synonymous. The Roman god Janus is the god of arches and pathways. There's a nest. There's a beautiful bird nest over there. Cool stuff. Man, nakwambia hii place inakuwa eerie. I'm not mimi si historian. I just give you I just felt like it would be more, that's the meal. Oh my god, dang. So apparently hapa hivi ndio mali slaves walikuwa wanakam. Sheesh. Ammunition store. I want to go all the way down there. I'm so glad there are no people here, so we can do. You can feel the tension. You have more birds over there in the rooftop. Sheesh. I feel the tension. I can imagine how many slaves, how many people sealed their fate by either coming in or going out through this place. If you can see across the horizon, there's another obelisk, which informs you that this place was a place of prayer, or it's still being used as a place of prayer by the Noahs. Oh wow, there's an out-yard court here. I don't know if you guys are able to see how that looks. I think I'll show you guys how the outside there looks so that you can see how, the other side looks. But man. God damn. So I'm imagining that you would be carried, because if you can see there's a view of the ocean, that is the ocean over there. So this was like some gate or something, or some pathway. So I'm just imagining that umekotwa mali umekotwa, then unaingiziwa na hapa, ama unatolewa na hapa, unaletwa, and god damn, this place just humbles your soul, man. Just makes you feel like there's a reason why maybe you incarnated as a black human being, because god damn, there's a sexiest lady over there. Leo kuna views upon views. We have, let's enter into now this place, the ammunition store. So I read somewhere that, oh wow, wait first, before I even tell you what I read, look at that dove. Oh wow,
it's pretty.
Now I read somewhere that, so if you enter this place, the first thing that comes to you is silence, utter silence. And you can actually, you can feel
The vacuum.
uncertainty. You can feel it's so empty but yet so full. I don't know if there's an explanation to that, because you can, nikama there's people still existing inside this place. You can feel that there's so much energy in this room, and I hope, wow. So this was a prison, it was an elimination. Some people, you can tell guys were trying to, escape, claw their way. And the idea, if you have an idea about coral are living organisms. So this is real life. This is live. Huh? It was quite something. This is someone trying to make claw their way. It was quite fascinating, if you ask me. God damn. There's holes inside here. I leave you in peace as I came. Sami, you're being you are pulled ama ulitolewa pale down with ama ulikuwa natolewa hapa and then you are taken down there and then to a destination unknown. Who knows where you would go next? Who knows? But if you've never been to Fort Jesus, karibuni. I'm not a historian. I'll keep on insisting on that. I am just a good observer. And so I don't know what this is. So apparently there are crests for the different rulers who ruled this place. We can try and look for those crests. As a stoish, kitchenish kind of setup. There are people here who have really done Davina, wewe mwenye uli graffiti hapa, tabia mbaya. Then we have cannons, of course. You know, these are places where I didn't have. I believe here's where now they would put the gun, point it outside, and pew, 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 pew. And there were no pew pews back then. No cannon sounds. Those violent cannon sounds. Man, let's go up. Let's see what they have. Oh, there's a beautiful view of the ocean over here. It's a beautiful view of the ocean, and you can see across. If you can see the Marina Bay, Englishman's Marina. We'll go see that later. We have the beautiful looking doors. There's really a lot of graffiti. Why do people do this? Okay, I get it. I get the point. I get the point, but this is better, right? So this is better. So this is a Fort Jesus tour from a non-historian POV. Which means our vibe. It's our vibe, and inshallah. Kakadem karembo kanafanya ni hapa mbele yetu. Songa.
Look at that view.
There's another beautiful, interesting view over there. And
They shot at people from these holes.
Yeah, from these holes. I think they were putting their cannons over there.
Watchtowers.
And releasing.
Oh, look at it. Okay.
So this, I have never been this side of Fort Jesus, but you can see the flags that are currently being flown over Fort Jesus, the East African flag and the Kenyan flag, to show that eventually home wins. So I've never been to this side. This is actually this is my second time here, but my first time this side. So there's some depression here. I think this was more of like a pool. Actually, yeah, you can tell that this was a pool because this was the governor's living quarters. This building, I don't know if I can get a better angle. Let me see if I can stand from here. I can give you guys a better angle. So this entire building, I will go inside. It was the governor's quarters. And you can tell, hii inakaa swimo flani. Hii inakaa ni kaswimo flani hapa hivi. It looks really interesting for a swimming pool. Because you can tell there are stairs over there. I think let's go to those stairs. Go to those stairs. You can tell there are some stairs over there. So it looks, so I'm assuming that walikuwa na nini hapo. Let's not assume, let's do. Let's be let's be who? The governor for Fort Jesus. So I'm assuming his shtick or his thing, this is so this one was like his chilling zone. Eh? Oh, cool. So that is the entrance. So unakam unaingia, and then you have this staircase. I think this is easy ya mbao ni tabia yetu. We were not that dumb kitambo. Unaingilia hapo, and then you come. There's some bloody-ish things here, and they have not melted. I don't know what this is. If anyone has an idea what this is, this thing, I don't know if you guys can see it. And this one, come on, you can let me know in the comments. So I'm assuming that his house was there. Then he rolls down the staircase. What is up here? I don't think guys have been curious enough. What is up here? Hapo hivyo alisema watu wasiingie hapo, ndo alikuwa ameka ile sana. Na sisi nani? Sisi tunaingia kila mahali. But yeah, that's why you subscribe to this channel anyway. We go where tumeambiwa usikojoe hapo ndio unatoa deki. Tabia mbaya si. But yeah, this is quite fascinating. Quite fascinating. Then you come, then you have your guardian over here. This is the flag. Those are the flags that are currently flying. Kitambo ilikuwa, there was the British flag. Okay, EAC, East African Community. My theory is that is still what the British East African Company that colonized this region is morphed into. Because I don't think that they left. If you know, you know, you know. Anyway, stories of another day. Today we're here to entertain. We are not here to najua tulianza slow, but yeah, tumepick groove. So I'm assuming this was check you Akiamu. Look at the heaviness. Look at how heavy duty this cannon is. Look at that. God damn. So I'm assuming that this was one of their most perfect positions. Because as you can see outside, that is outside from Jesus. That is really just outside the gate. Those are the two Janus elements to welcome you into this fort. If you know, you know. Obelisk is somewhere around the, you know. So this was one of the defense positions. Someone would sit here, roll, put the thing. I think they sealed, and fire. And there were so many defense positions. I thought that was a snake, but it's just a pipe. You can tell that all this were defensive positions within the fort. And that's why this fort was really, and more graffiti. You can see more defensive positions, even some were blocked. I think that is why this fort was really a point of concern and a point of note to anyone who wanted to take over or come into East Africa. You had to capture Mombasa, and the best way to capture Mombasa was through this fort. And the guy who actually built and designed it was an Italian architect who built and designed the fort. I might be spreading rumors. If I am sorry. You would pardon me, but I believe he was Italian, and then the Portuguese finally, I believe they funded or supported the initiative for us to have such elegance. You can see all this were defensive positions. All this. So the guy would roll. We were rolling from that building where we were at. Kam ashuke hapo down hivo vizuri. Aje akam. You know, just roll. Feel nice. Then he would come and enter his swimming pool. Because hizi ndo zile staircase nilikuwa nawashow. These ones. And then I believe here it was full of not these plants but water. You know, these guys lived some good life. Some good life. Now we have a backup generator. That's too capitalistic. But hey, it's just a game. Alright? So let's go to the next chamber. Remember, we haven't found the feel yet for this side of the fort or this branch of the fort. I hope we will see it. I really hope we would. So let's go. Now we continue with our journey along the beautiful fort called Jesus. And now we enter this other chamber. I don't know what it's called. It's what?
Like a watchtower.
Let's see what they have over here. Okay. So another watchtower, another room. Man, this place is a dingy, but hey, fuck. Man, they are eerie. No. This is the renovation that Uhuru came and did. I think this was way before the king came. There was a beautiful boat over there. Look at that view. Oh man. Look at that view. Oh. So Uhuru came and during his government they restructured wali commissioned this refurbishment of this place, so that's why it looks beautiful as that. But we'll go down there in a minute. But he did a good job, and of course, Uhuru and the king, they share a similarity in that they are both knights. I'm not sure which order, but nimesema sana. You can go and do your research. But there's a reason why this place will never die. Provided this system is live and kicking. That is the other cannon I was telling you about. Beautiful. So that's where we came from, and that's the closed section. If ningekusiku ningepanda, but saizi hatuwezi, then that's the tower. Beautiful, right? Now let's head into this other section and see what it's all about. So here, I think these are just regular rooms. Most likely, I'm assuming these are rooms for, it looks like a modern room for maybe one of the administrative officers, because it looks modern, it looks sane. It doesn't look, doesn't look anything different from the ordinary. Okay. And then next is now this other interesting segment where we land and head into some sort of center. As you can see, some sort of center. I don't know what this place is. I don't know. I have no idea. But it looks like a place where people can congregate at, Maybe that's an office. Someone can stand up there, issue a meeting or a decree or something from people down here. I don't know. Just assuming. And then here we have another room. This one looks like a well-organized room. This is like a closet. This looks like a well-organized room. And of course, another iron. You tell how, I believe this is I saw this sticker outside, the graffiti warning. And this is an offense. Punishable by law to deface the walls with engraving marks on graffiti on this gazetted national monument. Violators will be prosecuted, and you go ahead and you are the one who does the first biggest graffiti in white. Mkorea. Nimekuwa na Mkorea. Anyway, let's proceed. Let us proceed. Going on, we have something interesting here. It's like the passage of arches, but this is the passage of steps. So I am assuming this was also, because they are physical stairs, you can actually go down here. So I'm assuming this was also another point of entry or point of attack. You can actually tell it's a bit damp. You can tell it's a bit damp. So I don't know if the sea water reaches this point as well. And you can tell there's modern cement. So I don't know, maybe they did some this place just is scary as fuck. I don't even know why people come here. It's some scariest place. But yeah, this is the passage of the steps. And then immediately after the passage of the steps, it's something like an office. So let's just enter through these doors and see what they have. So at least nowadays we have AC. Kitambo at least mulikuwa na privilege ya AC. Now we have entered. One thing that I have noticed before I even enter, it's these doors. Look at how beautiful this is. And each door has its own unique design and vibe. You know? Quite something. Now, let's enter into one of these places. I don't know what this place is. Do we have even warnings by the door? No. So, what do they have to say over here? We have a general information. So we have some brief story here about Hekalu Labayet. So it's just some story about the wonders of Zanzibar. You know, I'm sure people who can decode these texts, they have a lot to talk about. I'm sure those who can read to understand can decode some of these sentiments, you know. So there's like the museum portion of Fort Jesus, where they have these historical records, these letters, you know, it's beautiful letters, canonical records of the place, you know. We have all this beautiful history, or their story. I normally call it their story, that they get to share with us. Then on this other side, we have the rulers of this place. We have that guy, that other bald guy who looks like Osama, that other dude. We have that dude. That looks like a black man to me. So, which brings the issue about slave trade and slaves to quite something very peculiar. Then there's this dude as well, Sheikh Mohammed, with their stories. So, if you want to come and simply explore their stories, that you can come have a look for yourself. Then we have a picture of, I believe, Mombasa back in the day. Yeah, so that is one of the doors. And something fascinating about these doors as well, as I finish with this room, is this protruding signs. And if you know anything about this realm, signs and symbols rule this realm. So I'm sure this has a meaning. It really looks like security, you know, it looks like bullets. So security, power, prevalence, providence, all that beautiful thing. But yeah. So that is this one. I think there's another room we can go and explore. Next and adjacent to that room. Next and adjacent to that room is this other room. This other room, which looks interesting as well. Similar to the other one, to the first room. Now this one has, wow, is this place open? It's not open. So they have the traditional, hii place tu ni Vita. I remember niliwaambia Mombasa kitambo ilikuwa inaitwa Mvita. Mvita is known as a place of war because everyone was fighting for dominion and control over this region. So you have, swords. You have the other small knife. I don't know what it's named. They have, I don't think they've given us the name of the place. We have more letters. We have more historical records for the place. We have more letters. This one, I think we can read this because this one was translated, and there's always a reason why they translate these things. So if you're keen enough, Because fort, it's called fort. It's in the name, guys. So let me not. Don't let me want to spell out everything for you. So in this letter, this is the Afro-Asian Association of Mombasa, 10th April 1937. And the letter was to the Sheikh, I believe, of this place, who was known by the name Barak Ali Hinawi. Diwali of Mombasa, Mombasa dear sir, I instructed my association to extend to you the warmest congratulations of the association occasion of the year appointment to the post of Liwali of Mombasa. In short, my association assures you of its loyal support and cooperation, wishing you every success in your new sphere, and inshallah, the Almighty God will guide you to manage all the affairs wisely. I, dear Sir, Honorable Secretary, the Afro-Asian Association. So that was something quite fascinating, if you ask me. Then, of course, we have these records. More records about the place. Here we have this again translated. Have you heard of pilgrim Mecca for the Muslim? So as Muslims, before we go for Mecca, we have to ask forgiveness to whomever we have wronged and pay all our debts. That's when we go for Mecca. We can see Arabic scripture over here. The Sultan of the Oman wrote it down as a forgiveness, asking for forgiveness to whomever he had wronged before he went to Mecca. It's quite something. So this looks like some boardroom. Actually, yeah, it is a board. You can see guys seated there. Then the sitting positions down there. So guys would sit from this side, the seat over there. Then we have some, it's just Vita, it's just embodied in the name, war. The spirit of this place is a spirit of war. Never forget that. That is the founding spirit of Mombasa, or Mvita as the ancients used to label it. So you can clearly tell who is who. You can tell this is Brit, Arab, Afro-Asian, Asian. You can tell. Anyway, yeah, and of course more graffiti. Anyway, let's go to the next. Again, the Omani doors, I believe, with inscriptions up there. So let's go to the next interesting part of this fort, which I believe, I don't know if there's a way we can. So I don't know which room this is, but there's a beautiful story here. So a story is told of war. So this is the Portuguese World Heritage Site. That's a Crusaders flag and symbol. During the Iron Age, they used to, and we all know what Crusaders did and what they were. So this is a story. As umesikia hizo rumors or the fact that this is a final scheme. So this is a story. The image that's the story. If you know what the story is all about, please feel free and let us know in the comments. But it's a story that can decode if you have the time, the effort, and the energy. And we have a reason of the wall paintings. I probably go watch singers. And all the world, the only ones around is South Africa. And this South Africa. They used to make that. And one of the leadership was called South Africa. So yeah, that's a beautiful story. That if you have an idea of what it's all about, you can let us know. And then, oh yes, now we have a story about the Omani doors, which I was telling you guys about, that these doors were most common in the coast area and they were designed to be fixed in external entrances Unlike Lamu, where such doors are fixed in internal entrances, so it just tells a story about the Omani doors. And this is a sample of the Omani door. Sample of the Omani door, and there are things like writings on top there. On top there, and then there's a whole beautiful structure for that door. And then we have like something like, I don't know, there's an interesting area here. Just after you exit, you find this place, and there's some entrance there in that corner. We'll come and see that later. So I think next, let's go up. Photographer. So up here, that's where we came from. We came from that place. So up here, it's quite fascinating as well. Up here, there is some beautiful art over this side. And just slightly up here, we now get to the main protective, I think it looks like, I don't know how we call it. Yep, the place in a fort where, so there's this place with a cannon, a very heavy duty cannon. See that cannon? So, and then we have a watchtower. This is what the name I was looking for. We have a watchtower here. Let's go in, see how it looks like. Let's go inside the watchtower. Okay. So we are inside the watchtower, and when you're inside, you have this beautiful view of the ocean and some really, really nice breeze. Oh man. The breeze up here is really, really fine, man. And there's some guys who are sailing. You can see some apartments. I don't know what apartments those are. And the sea is very, I don't know if it's dirty. I don't know if those are seaweeds. But you can tell that the sea imerudi ndani sana. It's the watchtower. And there's another place over here. So I think there were two guys. Actually, I can stand and I'm a bit tall. It's not such a bad place. Actually, I'm a bit 6'1", and I can stand comfortably inside the watchtower. So I think it was quite a nice place. And from the view from outside the watchtower, that's the view. You're able to see the sea. Able to see the sea and other things. So it's quite a beautiful view from the watchtower. So come up was one view. Kuja panda. Hautanguka. This looks like it's low tide. You can actually tell even there's a neighbor. So that's Fort Jesus from the outside. That is the wall that we were commissioned to be restructured. That wall that you see over there. 45. So this is Fort Jesus. This is entire grass. Najua, most people have never shown you this view. So have a privilege of seeing Fort Jesus from this side. Yeah. That is Fort Jesus from one of the watchtowers. And there's a ship that has beached way over there. I don't know if you can see it. That is the ocean. There's a guy who does beautiful art when you come to Fort Jesus. So make sure you buy something when you come here. So that I believe is I don't know what this place is. I don't know. I cannot pretend that I know. But it looks like right now it's a curio shop. But kitambo ilikuwa. Let's just go inside and see. Go in and see. So there's a lizard over here. Call that lizard. Oh. Okay, then we'll take it. Are you happy? Are you happy?
This one anagama lizard.
Huh?
This one anagama lizard.
What do you mean anagama lizard?
Something like.
We have this place. Holy shit. Yani, this is a fort. You realize what it's called? Wow, if you can see what, let me try to see if I can zoom in. Are you guys seeing that? So there's that structure, and just right across there's that other one. Focus that other one, that one. Clears the road, but yeah. And then there's the other one outside Fort Jesus. Those are energy points. There's a guy with this fishing rod. Where is this? And then I've realized one thing, that they have really sealed off most of these areas, and I am so tempted to cross over the other side. No, you can tell there's so much spider webs, but kuna msamende hiyo side because I'm really curious, but I would not allow my curiosity to take me that far today. Then to shop St. Matthews, mind your head. Then of course we have this other room, which looks like a new room. It doesn't look like a place that was there mostly. And yeah, that is our tour for this upper side of Fort called Jesus. Vipi? Fort called Jesus. So another bit that I find fascinating is Pingilia hapo. Kwanza watu waone how beautiful this art is. See how beautiful it is. So whenever you come to Fort Jesus, make sure you grab yourself something pretty, something nice. They have a lot of copper. Thank you. They have very, very intricate and beautiful designs. And look, do you have something? Do you have an ankh like this? Like this. Yeah. Ako wapi? You can see how beautiful. So this is like the curious section. So I had things like this. Kumabadi. There's some birds here if you want birds. More art.
Can you show me some girl that looks like me?
Uh,
Yeah.
hizi ndio zile bags ndio show. Ricky bags hizi za recycling na mabillboards. Habari ya leo. Si nilikwambia na waletea fans. Nilikwambia na waletea fans. Ricky bags. I was here. Me, I'm meaning your free influencer. Ricky bags. That's a website. That's an email. Ricky Bags Africa. So they are recycled bags actually from, I believe, walisema billboards. Billboards.
So come on.
So Kai.
So the billboard itself is this one.
So
Then you attach the African.
oh, cool. So
Other.
this is a purely made in Kenya. Nyi watu mnasemanga mna bag za Kenya ndio hizi. I've been telling you guys enough times. Buy Kenya, build Kenya. These are the Kenyan made bags. And they're very affordable actually. Very affordable prices. Mnazangia IG yao. Ricky Bags Africa. Sawa my guys.
Nilifollow at that time.
Niliwafollow ile time. Narudi tena next time tena. Asanteni. Then we have more beautiful art over here. Yes, coconut art actually. And this is coconut oil. Natural coconut oil made. We have the money door again featuring. And yeah. This is what Jesus. We all remember that phase in our lives. Then now we go to another interesting phase of the fort. So we go to the prayer center, the praying center of this fort called Jesus. So see how the cannons are lined up. I think they're just placed there. There's some renovation going on. This is a new building. This wasn't there. This wasn't there back in that time. So it's a new-ish establishment. You can see Chungu Chama Tena. And you can see something here, something really dope. If you know, you know. And then, yeah, we have some really shida yako ni? Naona shida yako ni? These are some really dope creative art pieces. You know, there's some really dope pieces. You have a few showmen here. And look at those guys coming to show. And then we do have some really interesting pieces over here by a guy called Raphael Mushamba 2024. So Raphael, man, this is some really dope work. I don't know what you guys can see. Don't know what you guys can see, but there is some really dope pieces of some really dope pieces. And then we have these things. And there's something fascinating about these things. I will start with the history here of the Vigango. So it says, let me just focus. It says that the Vigango, the Mijikenda are 9 closely related ethnic groups who live along the Kenyan coast before the 20th century. The Mijikenda, and they have labeled there. The Mijikenda people erected a memorial post to the Koma for their ancestors, which act as communication and remembrance. So this posts, ideally, they are called the Vigango, as you can see here. So these are memorial posts erected by senior Mijikenda to honor senior initiated men who during their lives were members of the highly respected secret leadership of the Gohu, which were erected at the center of the edge of the homestead. So yes. That's the
consists of 9 parts.
brief story of the Vigangos.
Digo, Duruma, Giriama, Shoni, Kambe, Dubai,
Brief story of
and Dubai.
the
Those are
Vigangos.
the tenders.
We now
So,
proceed.
wanatumia vigango, aidha kwenye makaburi yao, aidha
We go up.
kazi ya home,
Let's go up,
ndani za nyumba,
and then we carve towards that side. So going upside, just get this thing to focus. Good. Celeb. So going up, there's another fort. I believe this is the private. So maybe that's where everything happens. Who knows? But that is the office. It's private, of course. We cannot enter there. And then we have this place. This place that now overlooks the graveyard. So this whole area was a chapel, or is a chapel, and a graveyard combined. So this whole area. So if you walk on top of here, you're walking on a graveyard and on top of a praying area, allegedly. So there's something up here. I don't know what it is up there. With a roof. It's a roof. And of course, we have more zones where to place your cannons. Yeah. So this was a place where guys used to pray. Overlooking that side. So it's the whole Fort Jesus view. You know. So maybe what's this? Let's see what has been found.
I think I found the place you were asking.
What? Oh, down here.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a place. Let's see if we can find our way down there. It looks interesting. Go and see if you can find our way down there. So I'm coming to here. Apparently, there are more fascinating things. Here we have something that looks like a toilet.
It is.
It's a toilet, eh?
It's a toilet.
So for those who live wako na manyumba hocha, manajua this is not new to you. But I love the slanting angle. The architecturally consider slanting beautiful. Slanting angle. And apparently we used to step here, then jump on top here. Fascinating
So
stuff.
which monarch used to do toilets like this, but instead of this slanting design, it was just a hole. And a lot of kings used to be assassinated that way because the assassins would wait for them huko chini. And then
Na hizo manini
yamekuki.
wanawarushia
I think
juu
that's where this slanting
kaleta
yeah.
ndio usini directly.
I know, right?
So this is a view of the fort from this side. It's quite beautiful actually. God dang. Yeah. So I believe this is the bath chamber. Huh? What? And there's a whole. I think this was the place looks like some washrooms of sorts. Wow! No, not really. This is a view of the fort from this angle. Wow, quite eerie.
Yeah, that's the place.
There's a black and white kite down there. I don't know if you guys can see that cat. It's droning. There's a whole view. I don't know how we'll get down there, but we'll try and find a place. There's a black cat there. It looks really fascinating. Now, one thing that remains certain and for sure is when you walk around this place is for sure you can tell that there were people who died inside here. There were people who met their end. Let's go to the well. Then we can come back when they're done with the skeleton. There are people who lost their lives. There are people who wished they never knew this place existed. There are people who, you can tell all that is in the air. You can tell that eerie feeling. For example, here, right here, we have a well of sorts. It's a hole, and if you look down, there's water. If you look down, that's water. That's the reflection down there. That's water. And this well was what was used by. I think I had read somewhere down here. There's an instruction here that the Omanis sunk a well soon after they had captured the Fort Jesus in 1698 AD. The depth of this well is 76 feet, which is 23 meters, and the water is salty. And remember, this thing is coral. So the guys who dug this well, most likely they're not those Omanis, they're the black slaves who were brought here. You know? And the water was only fit for washing. So, and that was after they captured, this was the other well that I believed they poisoned. They poisoned it. And now no one was able to use that well anymore. That's why they had to sink that other well. So let's first we go up, then we come down, because here is a dead person. This is a grave, and it looks like a grave of someone important because it's displayed and it is housed. It's a whole shrine over there. So let's go up first to the Omani house, the other side of the fortress. Then we finish by observing the grave and the other grave for the skeleton. So let's go up the stairs we go. Up the stairs we go. So this is what changed history. That is apparently what defined our history as Africans, as Kenya. That boat, an idea of a boat that they used to see. If you ask me, we as humans have devolved backwards, because if we were able to conquer the seas and lands and people by such craft, you can see this is like the rudder. It's quite flexible. So this is like changing direction and stuff. I'm just assuming. And they would carry their women, their men, their children, their pets, their dogs, everything that they could as they came. And in return, they would be given ivory. They will bring us spices and all that. And in return, we would give them ivory and all those beautiful, beautiful things. So this is the Omani house. Now we are at the Omani house. And I have decided acha nianze huku nyuma, hii side ingine. And you can see in this watchtower, the reason I was telling you they're a bit tall. That guy is not short. That Omani big character inside there is not short. So that is one of their watchtowers. And this nyumba za Kiomani, this tower was used to provide protection and to monitor the surrounding area. An armed soldier used to stand here. So you can see there are quite a number of cannons and fortifications to ensure that, the area was quite secure. So above here, there are a few views of, I don't know if these are different forts. I don't know if you guys are able to see that. There are quite a few different views. But from here, there's something that I have just noticed that is quite fascinating. I want you to come with me. There are also there's more info here. Before we enter the place, there's just a place about the Oman house. This is part of the history. This is like some shit toilets and stuff. So, when you're out here, that thing is very obvious. Let me grab a photo. So, there you go. And of course, we have the two cannons. Very symbolic. There should be two on this side, two on the other side to make it the Janus number. But ideally, that's something that I wanted you guys to take note. And the fort extends towards that other side. that other side, and it's private. That place is private. No one knows what happens towards the other side. There's also another building. If you can see that building over there, that's private. That side, the entire that side is private. So no one knows or has access to that side. So inside here, now you have a brief history of the Omani house. You have the guy, I think that is the guy, His Majesty the late Sultan, who apparently built and added this Oman house, and they all still maintain and support this Oman house. And that is the current Oman, and that is William. Down here we have a recorded history of the past sultans of this place. So we have that recorded history over there. Okay, there's no black sultan, sadly. And then we have a brief history of Oman, the historical relations with this place, their boats and stuff. We have the Omani manuscripts. Now, this is now what fascinates me, man. If I could get your hands on these books. So we have the manuscripts, are an important cultural legacy of each nation. They are windows to exploring civilization, history, and all political, economic, social, intellectual. So those are books. If you know how important those things are, and then this is what we gave them. We gave them that. They came with the boots. They went back with that, and they left this. So they took that, which means there's an essence of life that's left before them taking that, and they gave us this. They gave us black pepper, they gave us pilipili manga, they gave us mdalasini, they gave us karafu, they gave us ndimu, they gave us dates and ubanis. So they gave us all that. That is the route I believe they took with that small boat that you've seen out there. Up there, that is the route I believe they took with that boat that we saw out there. You know? So they went to China. Oh man, we left a boat. That was quite fascinating if you ask me. Then we have this. More manuscripts. More things. We have some of the most treasured items in this museum. If you can actually get your hands on this, mashida zako za umaskini utaondokea for a minute. You know? Then you have more letters. I'm trying to look for a letter in English so that I can help you guys translate that. We have more letters. More letters. You know, Vita to Vita to Vita to Vita. You know, and then we have this side. I think we have been there. That was the washrooms that we saw. Okay, so that is an introduction of the Omani house. Next, I think, next we'll go to the skeleton, like I had promised, and I would summarize my tour today with you guys. So I think the next bit I would come to this shrine over here, and what you expect is exactly what you expect. What do you guys see? What do you guys see over here? So that's a dead man. I don't know. My friend, rest in power. Rest in power. Rest in power. It's some dead man, and we have a story about him or it. You know, apparently it's a replica. Evidence the burial is formal. The burial is formal with the body facing west, so with hands folded together of the stomach, the area. Double course middle of bone is examined with examples of letters. Fascinating story. And finally, we end our journey with this interesting skeleton of this fort. So this skeleton, yani nyi wa Kenya mnanga adabu. Sasa wana Sasha Orebi Momanyi. Sasha Momanyi, local tourist. Mwenye ulitembea hapa last year. Hata sikitambuni ya last year December. So this is a whale skeleton. For the few who understand, there's just so much energy and power that comes by having such a thing even in your compound, because this is energy from the ocean. Can you imagine how much power resonates within such? And then here we have its story, the story of this whale and how it came up to be. Now this skeleton ended up here. It's quite huge, it's like 3. It's like around 15 feet from how I'm looking at it. And yeah, these are some amazing facts about that skeleton. And everything that is placed everywhere, it's very deliberate. We have more forts and protection towers over here, of course, with an interesting view of the fort. Can you see the cats? Are you guys able to see the cats? There's some beautiful cats down there, like that cat, like that one. There is a cat. Beautiful, beautiful scenes of the fort. That is the fort's entrance. I don't know if you guys can see through the trees. That's the fort entrance. And yeah, some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scenes. Let's see if you're able to see it well through here. Interesting. So that was the dead man's shrine I was telling you about. And then we have some path over here. Let's see where this path leads. That was the private area that no one can access. That fort, that side, no one is able to access that area. This is another watchtower over here. So that's Fort Jesus. Those are the cannons. I believe they were just Donald. So yes, this is Fort Jesus. Okay. Kitambo kukuwa na stima, they were using more free energy and stuff. But that just gives you an idea of this beautiful, beautiful fort called Jesus. You know, I found a bird's feather. I'm going with this as a memorial of this place. Then we have cannons with cannonballs. We're going to that area. And yeah, so the people who really wanted to visit Fort Jesus with this graffiti. By the way, museum people, this is graffiti. That is graffiti. So if you ever wanted to visit Fort Jesus and have a fast view with an amateur traveler like myself, this has been it. This is Fort Jesus. There's nothing new here, nothing. And this is the old rail that used to transport guy. Can you see that? That is the old rail. There's a whole story about this. So this small mini trams used to roam. These mini trams used to rule Mombasa. Hizi ndo zilikuwa matatu za hiyo day. So someone used to sit there, and it used to be many royalty or people who would afford the highest class. You would sit here, sit just the way I have, sit like this. Are you seeing? Have a sit, and someone would then push this tram. I don't know from which side, from which angle. Someone would push from behind, and move us across the road. So this ideally is how people used to move goods and services in terms of human labor around, And finally, that was the private area I was telling you about. That area no one has access to. Finally, that is the entire Fort Jesus. I don't think that's the area. The entrance is there. That's the entrance. The flags that are running, we saw the flags from the other side where we were at. And that is Fort Jesus in overview. We have a few tourists today. So been quite an exciting journey. Of course, we have the cannons lined up, the different types. We have British, Omani cannons. I was joking last time that we are so glad the French didn't colonize this place. This is another area that